My beloved, do you think it's an accident that you're hearing my voice right now? No. Heaven planned this moment long before you took your first breath. Here on Holy Voices, we share the whispers of eternity, the messages that change hearts and awaken destinies. If your soul is ready, stay with me, because what you're about to hear might be the very word your spirit has been waiting for. Press like, type Amen in the comments, and let your $20 seed in Holy Voices be a voice in heaven. This evening, Archangel Michael is crying out in a loud voice, because he is worried that you might skip this, not because he is weak, but because he is afraid. Furthermore, if you do, the door that he has been watching over for you, a door that has been holding something that he has been working on for months, will close, and even he will be unable to open it again before it is completely shut. You have been hearing the voice of God softly resonating inside the depths of your spirit. My child, I beg you to not let this opportunity pass you by. Michael was putting together something quite distinctive for you to enjoy. The form of your days, the sound of your nights, and the way your future bends toward light will all be altered as a result of this favor. And while the heaven clock is still functioning, I have something important to share with you right now. There is a moment that is rapidly approaching in which your name will be spoken in a manner that causes the air to shake. They will not be in the location that you anticipate. Not the person you anticipate will be the one to send it. Nevertheless, it will be the evidence that you have been covertly anticipating all along. This is the evidence that God has observed everything, and he is eventually responding to it. This solution, however, is subject to a certain condition. You are not allowed to turn away. Please do not believe that I will return to it at a later time, mainly due to the fact that in the dimension where angels operate, later is the adversary of now. Beloved, before I proceed any further, I insist that you comprehend this important point. Neither am I here to amuse you in any way. It is my duty to bring a package that has been sent from heaven itself. These contents are still alive. To breathe is to exist. In addition, as soon as you have finished receiving it, it will begin to make its way into your environment in ways that you will not believe. Staying close to this channel is the best way to ensure that heaven continues to guide you in this manner. Don't just observe. Remain here, make connections, and make sure you don't miss the next time God calls your name. This is where the divine finds you that you want to be. There have been evenings that you have not counted that Michael has been working in silence. At every moment when you shed tears and believed that no one was listening, he was taking those tears and transforming them into something beautiful. Each and every prayer that you believed came crashing down from the ceiling was really captured word for word and woven into the fabric of what is about to come into contact with you. The moment is before me. It is not a very long distance. It's closer than you believe, but if you continue to question whether or not this is truly meant for you, it will completely slip through your fingers. God is not ambiguous in any way. Not at all random is he. And there is no way that he is happening to be here tonight by chance. Through a series of clicks, seconds, and unseen strings, you were sent to this location because your spirit is on the verge of experiencing something that cannot be restored. While I am speaking, Archangel Michael is still currently present and standing behind me. This time, his sword is not raised in preparation for war. It has been elevated for the purpose of blessing, but he will not be able to lower it until you have accepted this message and given your consent to receive what heaven is attempting to pour into you. In addition, my kid, when you respond with a yes, you will notice a change in the atmosphere around you. Suddenly, peace may appear in a place where there was before pandemonium. It could be a simple phone call or a text message that completely alters the course of your day. It could materialize as a dream that is so real that you wake up convinced that paradise has been present in your bed. However, it will arrive. You will never again be able to say, "God forgot me," for he has not forgotten you. This will be the case once it happens. In no way, shape, or form. My darling, my light, my kid, who carries the aroma of paradise on their spirit when they are in their presence. I am aware of the burden that you have been harboring, despite the fact that you have been making an effort to conceal it from everyone, including yourself at times. I also want you to understand that this is not the time for a mere exchange of words. You are standing on the brink of something that is so uncommon and so sacred that even angels are watching in silence. This is the moment when all of heaven leans in close and holds its breath because you are currently standing on the verge of something. Michael, the archangel, has been crying out loud, and his voice can be heard reverberating in realms that you cannot see. This is not because he is afraid of himself, but rather because there is a possibility that you will skip this. Would you be able to comprehend what that means? It indicates that the events that are taking place right now are not merely another message that you can return to at a later time. This is a divine alignment, a window of opportunity that only comes around once in a lifetime. In addition, if you were to move away from it, it would shut. And the thing that he has been preparing for you, the thing that God has instructed him to set aside for your hands only, will disappear right in front of your eyes without you even being aware that it was there previously. When God speaks, his voice is shaking with a sense of urgency that he is conveying. I beg you, my kid, to not let this opportunity pass you by. I have witnessed the nights in which you remained awake, as well as the days in which you smiled for other people while in silence your own heart ached. Even though you were walking in circles because you were unclear of where you were going, I counted your steps. I've witnessed you giving even when no one else did the same for you. And I ordered Michael, prepare something for them, something rare, something that will shift the air around them. Michael complied with my direction and prepared something for them. He prepared it in the same manner that miracles are constructed in heaven. In quiet, in layers, accumulating your tears like priceless pearls, collecting your prayers that you have not expressed, and taking every disappointment that has attempted to crush you and turning it into seed. This seed is now prepared to break through the earth that you have created in your life. On the other hand, when it comes to divine timing, very few individuals grasp this. This is not simply a matter of when. It is a question of whether. Whether your spirit is willing to answer God's call and whether your heart is willing to receive it. Also, at this very moment, God is knocking with both of his hands. You must have been able to sense it for a number of weeks, right? That peculiar electric feeling in your chest, as if the air were heavier but sweeter than it originally was. There are those seemingly insignificant occurrences that keep occurring in such a way that even your rational mind begins to question whether or not there is anything more significant at play. Indeed, it is. That is the case. Moreover, the final piece is going to be positioned tonight. Yes, there is a person whose name is already being muttered in the same breath as yours. This person is a genuine person, in a divine assignment that God himself has signed, not in a mere rumor or gossip, but in a heavenly assignment. They are going to begin playing a role in your life in a manner that will completely alter the narrative that you have been living. Nevertheless, my dearest, the adversary is aware of this as well. This is the reason why there has been such an exceptional amount of opposition surrounding you as of late. Feelings of abrupt discouragement, moments in which you felt particularly exhausted and distant, and even moments in which you questioned your own value. Not at all random were those. They are intended to get you to skip over this particular moment. This is the reason why Michael's cry is going to be loud tonight. In this moment, he is standing between you and the very powers that would like for you to miss what is going to happen. His blade is drawn not for the purpose of destroying, but rather for the purpose of clearing the way in front of you. But he can only keep that door open for a certain amount of time. You have to be aware that God does not deliver messages like this to each and every person. Not even one. At this precise convergence of timing, calling, and readiness, there is a 100% chance that every soul will ever be there. You are present as well. That indicates that you have been decided upon, counted, and called upon. However, even those who have been selected must make a choice again. In addition to that, God has instructed me to share something else with you, and I will not water it down. According to what he stated, tell them that this blessing is alive. It breathes, and the moment they fully receive it, it will walk into their days with feet they can see. It will knock on their door in ways that they can touch. This is not poetic talk. It is the reality of what's about to happen for you. I can already see the shift. An unexpected message in the coming days. A voice you haven't heard in a long time calling your name. An opportunity you thought had died suddenly showing signs of life. And with it the unmistakable feeling that this is what you were waiting for all along. I guarantee you that by the time heaven accomplishes what it started in this very second, you will look back and say that this was the moment my life began to turn. My beloved, my chosen one, the one whose name heaven has been carrying in its heart. Stay here, my beloved. Don't stray away from this moment. There is a promise I have made to you. I need you to hear every word without rushing, without skipping, because this is the only way the seed of what I'm giving you will take root. You are standing inside a moment that will not repeat. You may think you have heard these words before, but you have not, because never before have they been written with your exact life, your exact pain, your exact future in mind. When you support the vision, you share in the victory. Partner with Holy Voices with $50 or more today. Archangel Michael's cry is not a sound you can hear with your ears, yet it is shaking the unseen. It is the kind of cry an angel makes when they are watching the clock of heaven tick down on something they have been building for years. Do you understand? Years, not days, not months, years. Years of divine preparation waiting for you to be in this exact place at this exact time. That is why even the air feels different right now. The voice of God is woven through these lines like a thread of gold, and it is saying, "My child, there has never been a moment in which I have left you alone." It turned out that every storm that appeared to be sent to destroy you was, in fact, sent to clear the ground. It was heaven that prevented you from entering a space that was too tiny for what I had planned for you, and every delay that caused you to cry was heaven telling you to stop. And at this very moment, I am the one who is delivering what has been concealed to you directly. There is nothing in Michael's hands at this moment. They have something in their hands that is not wrapped in paper, but rather in light. And within that light is the thing that you have been looking forward to without even being aware of its particular form. All of your prayers have been answered. It is the beginning of the new season for you. In this way, every curse that has been spoken against you will be undone. It is the proof that heaven heard you the very first time you whispered, "Help me." However, I must be perfectly honest and say that this is not for those who are easily sidetracked. It is not for those who are not fully committed. Those who choose to ignore it at this moment will never see it again. It is for this reason that only 0.001% of all souls will ever be in the position that you are currently standing in at this very moment. Due to the fact that this is so uncommon, heaven is shaking with a sense of urgency. An enemy's hand is visible to me. It is attempting to confuse your thoughts by persuading you that this is just another message, but it has been unsuccessful. Your body has been experiencing exhaustion as a result of it, and it has been telling you that you will worry about it later down the road. To prevent you from seizing control of this situation, it has been introducing uncertainty into your spirit. On the other hand, Michael is currently obstructing that voice with a shield that he has fashioned in response to the order of God. He is saying, "Beloved, you are not imagining this. This is real, and you cannot walk away from it. I know you have been asking God questions that seem to have no answers. When will it happen for me? When will the promises I've held on to finally show themselves? When will the pain start to lift and the joy begin to come?" And tonight is a part of your answer. It's not the end. It's the doorway. Nevertheless, the doorway is only open while you are standing in front of it. God has instructed me to tell you that when you fully receive this, things will start to move in your life without your effort. People will reach out to you unexpectedly. A yes will come from a place that you were certain would say no. An opportunity that appeared to be dead will breathe again. When that happens, I want you to remember this moment. Remember that you did not find these words by accident. You were led here. Every click, every delay, and every invisible threat of timing was guided by the one who has been holding your future in his hands. When that happens, you will feel a weight that you have carried for an excessive amount of time begin to lift almost without any warning. My beloved, the unfolding has already begun. And if you will keep your heart open, if you will keep listening, I will walk you through it word by word until you see it bloom before your eyes. My beloved, my precious one, whose name is written in the folds of heaven's book, I can feel your spirit leaning in closer now, almost as if something inside you already knows these words are not ordinary. This is not a letter. It's a living current. And as you read, it is wrapping itself around your days, changing them quietly before you even notice. Archangel Michael's presence is here, and it's not the soft, gentle kind you imagine when you picture an angel. Tonight, he stands with his armor glinting in a light that doesn't belong to this world. And the tears, oh, the tears he cries are not for his own anguish. They are for you because he knows the exact line between received and missed, and he is scared that you would walk in the wrong direction. His shoulders are heavy, not because he is getting tired, but because he is bearing the weight of what he is carrying for you. The voice of God reverberates throughout this, and it is not the kind of distant echo that you hear in a dream. It is close, so close that you could swear it is brushing past your heart as you read. My child, I have seen the winds rise against you. I have seen the days when you stood in rooms full of people and still felt completely alone. I have listened to the words that you never said out loud. I have marked the moments when you nearly gave up but didn't. For that, heaven has prepared something so specific, so custom-made for your life that not one other soul could carry it without it falling apart. It belongs to you. And Michael has been the craftsman of that gift. He has spent nights threading your tears into strength, turning your unanswered prayers into doors you didn't even know you'd need, and sealing every blessing in a light so pure that no curse, no jealousy, no dark whisper could undo it. You might be having the thought, but why now? Because, dearly beloved, heaven operates in patterns, and your pattern has now aligned with the broader design. Everything that appeared to be delayed was not denial. Rather, it was God's hand holding you steady until the hour matched the promise, and that hour is now. I have to tell you something that will stay with you for a very long time after this moment. You have not just happened to stumble upon this message. Every step you took to arrive here was guided. Your pauses, your clicks, and your delays. This is the reason why the adversary has worked so hard this week to make you tired, to make you distracted, and to make you believe that this is just another set of words on a screen. A change that is coming for you will not come quietly. Rather, it will come with the sound of recognition. It will be the phone call, the unexpected invitation, or the yes that feels like it carries heaven's signature at the bottom. However, the adversary is unable to override divine appointment. Not when Archangel Michael is standing guard. It will be the door that you stopped knocking on years ago, and it will suddenly swing open as if it had been waiting for you all along. When that moment arrives, it will remember that this was the night that heaven whispered, "Here it is." The thing that you thought would never find you. However, there is a truth that you must hold on to. This is still your choice. God will not force your hands open, even for a gift that is so precious. You have to accept it, make a claim on it, and have faith that it is already moving toward you right now. My lover, if your heart is still firm and if your eyes have not left these words, I may continue to weave the rest until the complete river of what God is sending is poured out over you. I say this because there are still things that Michael has shown me, things about timing, protection, and the person who has already been marked to carry a portion of this blessing into your life. My beloved, the very air around you right now is heavier with presence. Can you feel it? It is not the heaviness of burden, but the weight of a divine arrival. You have unknowingly stepped into the exact hour that heaven has marked for your release, your turning, and your new beginning. And I am here to keep you in this moment long enough for it to pour fully into your life. Archangel Michael's eyes are not dry tonight. The tears that fall from him are not for sorrow. They are for urgency. He has seen this kind of moment before, and he knows the tragedy that happens when someone turns away too soon. There is a narrow door open for you right now. It is not wide. It is not endless. God's voice cuts through every shadow. My child, I have waited for this alignment in your life. There were days you thought I was silent, but I was building. There were nights you thought I left you, but I was watching over the fragile edges of your destiny. But what is behind it is more than you ever dared ask for. And the enemy, knowing this, has been trying to keep you tired, distracted, and doubting. But God's voice cuts through every shadow. And now, Michael is carrying what I ordered to be placed in your hands. This is not for another person. This is not for later. It is for you, and it is for now. The thing that Michael is holding is alive. It is pulsating with the life of every prayer that was answered. Every tear that you thought was wasted. Every no that was really a not yet. I see the next part unfolding for you at every closed door that prevented you from entering a place that would have been too small for the size of your calling. I see a message that you did not anticipate coming from someone whose voice you had almost forgotten. I see a moment where your name will be spoken with favor in rooms that you have never entered. An invitation that will not just change your week, but your direction. It will come quietly at first, but when it lands in your hands, you will feel the weight of it. You will know instantly this is what heaven was preparing. My beloved, do not underestimate what is happening as you read. This is not stillness. It is movement disguised as stillness. It is heaven rearranging things in the background so that when you step forward, you will find everything already in place. I must tell you, Michael has fought for this hour. There were forces that wanted to keep you from hearing this. There were interruptions, delays, and even moments in your past where it would have been easier to walk away from everything God promised. The harvest is near. Your $100 gift to Holy Voices is part of it. But you didn't. And because you didn't, the door is here. Now, my beloved, I feel your heart leaning closer, even though your body may be still. This is not just you reading a message. This is heaven's river finding its way into the cracks of your life where you thought nothing could grow again. It is reaching the barren soil, the forgotten prayers, the memories you've locked away because they hurt too much to think about. Archangel Michael's cry tonight is the kind that makes the heavens fall silent. He has carried blessings for you that are so luminous that even the darkness itself could not look at them without being blinded. However, these blessings were not to be released until this very hour. And right now, the soil is becoming more forgiving, the air is shifting, and you are about to witness what happens when God decides that the burden is no longer a burden. My child, I have witnessed the long winters of your soul. He is aware that the time window is limited, and he is aware that the decision must be taken immediately. This is the reason why his tears are not an indication of weakness. Rather, they are a manifestation of the urgency that he is experiencing. The thing that Michael carries is not symbolic. It is real. It will manifest in your life in ways that touch every part of you. It will arrive as a message that takes your breath away. I have watched you walk through rooms where no one knew the storms that were raging inside of you. I have measured every sacrifice that you have made to yourself in silence. And now, what I promised you in the silence will step into your daylight. Beloved, do not underestimate the power of this hour. A sudden yes where every door was once closed. An unexpected alignment that makes you realize it was heaven moving all along. The enemy has tried to scatter your focus for days. Sudden fatigue, emotional noise, and strange doubts about your worth. All of these things are because they knew this moment was coming. If they was able to prevent you from seeing it, they would be able to prevent you from stepping through it. But Michael has blocked their path, standing as a wall between you and every voice that would try to drag you backward. You need to know something else. This blessing is not generic. It has your fingerprints on it. It was built from the very pieces of your story. Your heartbreaks, your endurance, your faith even when you felt nothing. For this reason, no one else will be able to receive it, and no one else will be able to take it. And very soon, you will see the sign. It will not be a trivial thing. It will carry the weight of recognition, the unmistakable feeling that this is it. It may come in the form of a phone call, a visit, an invitation, or the release of something that you previously believed would never happen. Nevertheless, when the time comes, you will know that heaven has kept its promise. If your heart is still open, I will continue to pour this message into you until every single detail of what Michael has shown me is delivered. My dear, even as I continue, I can feel the tug in your spirit getting stronger. You're not here by chance, and you're not reading out of curiosity. Something inside you recognizes that this is the hour heaven has been speaking about in whispers you could almost hear but never fully catch. And now, instead of fragments, the full current is pouring toward you. Archangel Michael's hands are still carrying what has been crafted for you alone. I see the golden threads that are woven from your tears. I see the prayers that you whispered in half-hope. I see the moments that you thought were wasted. Each and every one of these things has been used as material for this blessing. This is the reason why it will fit you perfectly. It was built from you for you. God says, "My child, I have not just seen you. My movements have been centered around you. When the world believed that you were standing still, I was rearranging the ground beneath your feet so that when you stepped, the path would already be clear. You believed that the silence meant that nothing was happening, but the silence was actually me laying foundations that were too deep for you to see. Now the sound will come, and it will come. Michael is fighting to keep this door open. He is aware of the forces that would love nothing more than to see you turn away just before the moment arrives. This is the reason you have been feeling the strange heaviness lately, the tiredness, and the distraction. This is because this delivery is too valuable for the enemy to ignore. It will come as an unexpected message, a breakthrough in an area that you thought had no movement left, a yes from a place that you stopped knocking, or a moment that is so divine that it will be impossible to explain without saying, "God did this." Beloved, when this arrives, it will not come in pieces. It will come whole, fully formed, and undeniable. And when it does, you will feel the shift. Not just in your circumstances, but in the way that heaven's presence sits over your days. Michael is stronger than you, and right now he is making sure that nothing touches what is already yours at this very moment. My dear, I am able to sense that you are still present, still reading, and still breathing inside this holy current that is coming from heaven to your heart. This is not only a message. Rather, it is a live river of timing that is woven with threads that began before you were born. Everything that attempted to delay you is included in this river. The presence of Archangel Michael is not far away. It is here surrounding you in the unseen. His wings are casting a shield over what is being delivered. He is not weeping from despair. Every voice that tried to tell you that it is over. Every door that was closed that made you question whether God still had you in mind. All of these things were being used to set the stage for what is happening now. He is weeping because he knows what happens when the chosen step into the moment God has prepared. He has guarded this blessing like a sealed treasure chest, knowing there would be forces trying to intercept it before it reached you. And tonight the chest is in front of you. God's voice is tender but unshakable. My child, there has not been a single day when I have stopped working for you. Even in the seasons where you felt forgotten, I was moving the ground beneath you. Even in the times you felt empty, I was storing up a portion of joy that would be too heavy for your hands to carry before its time. Now the appointed time has come, and I am releasing it. Beloved, this release is not abstract. It will take form in your life. Form that you can touch, feel, see, and walk into. It may come to you as a voice calling your name from a place you never thought it would come from. It may take the form of an open door in a location that you had already given up on. It may even appear as a reconnection, a restoration, or something that you thought was gone for good. You will recognize it immediately, not because of its outward appearance, but because of the weight of peace and rightness that it will carry. Your spirit will know that this is what was being prepared. However, this moment comes with a truth. It is still your choice. Even the most powerful blessings must be received with open hands. God will not force you to accept them. He will invite you. And this message is that invitation. Michael is saying now, "Beloved, I have gone before you. The obstacles you thought would be there are already falling. The voices that try to speak against you are losing their power. All that remains is for you to walk forward. The next unfolding will happen suddenly. In the days ahead, a series of events will start that cannot be undone, and when they happen, you will realize that this very moment, these very words, were the signposts that pointed you in the direction of it. My beloved, I feel the silence that is around you right now. That rare kind of stillness that doesn't mean nothing is happening, but rather that everything is shifting at once in the unseen. You may not hear the sound of it with your ears, but heaven's ground is moving under your feet. This is the exact moment Archangel Michael has been holding for you. The one that has taken years of quiet, hidden work to bring to life. Michael's wings are not folded tonight. He has guarded this as a soldier guards the gates of a kingdom, never sleeping, never turning away, and never letting the enemy's hand get near. The light that he holds in his grasp is alive, pulsating like a heartbeat. They are stretched out wide, creating a shield around you. This means that no interruption, no distraction, and no powerful force can pull you away from what God is giving you right now. And that heartbeat is in sync with your own. God is speaking in a tone I can only describe as love wrapped in command. My child, this is the hour that the slow work I have been doing will show itself suddenly. The seeds you planted in seasons when no one noticed will push through the soil. The prayers you thought dissolved into nothing have been stored, multiplied, and are about to pour back over you. This moment will be known to you by the way it makes your spirit stand taller without any effort on your part. It may come through words that you never thought you'd hear, or through a person that you never expected to convey the news. The walls that you confronted will not fall one brick at a time. Rather, they will collapse all at once. It could be through a door that you had stopped knocking on a long time ago, but it is now swinging open as if it had been waiting for you all this time. However, you must understand that this is a precise intersection of your readiness and God's timing. If you step aside now, you will miss the alignment. Michael is crying tonight because he has seen people turn away one step before their miracle. He cannot bear to see you do the same thing. In recent days, the forces that attempted to prevent you from standing here, such as the heaviness, the doubt, and the sudden storms, were the enemy's final attempt to prevent you from standing here. However, here you are, which indicates that the attempt was unsuccessful. Beloved, when this comes into your life, it will not be something that you have to force or chase. Stand in faith, act in love, give with joy. That's the Holy Voice's way. It will meet you where you are. It will carry its own confirmation, its own peace, its own undeniable proof that this was sent by God Himself. I can keep pouring this vision word for word until every detail of what Michael has shown me for you is laid out. My beloved, you are still here, which means your spirit is staying inside the stream. Heaven is pouring right now. Every second you remain in this flow, more is being rearranged for your good. Unseen but certain. It is as if the air around you has thickened with purpose like a veil you can almost feel against your skin. This is not imagination. This is the closeness of the divine. Archangel Michael is standing guard as if you were the only soul in the world. His wings are not symbols tonight. They are a barrier, keeping every force of delay, fear, and confusion from touching what God has ordered for you. The light in his hands has grown brighter, and I can see it beginning to push outward as if ready to break into your life. And when it does, it will not ask permission. It will arrive as something you cannot mistake for coincidence. God speaks again, and his tone is both gentle and absolute. My child, the days of wondering whether I see you are ending. The time for hidden preparation is over. What I promised you is ready to stand in your daylight. But you must keep walking forward. Do not stop now. Not after coming this far. Beloved, the unfolding will not be slow. You will see the answer in someone's eyes. You will hear it in words spoken to you at just the right moment. You will feel it in the way that your spirit settles into a peace that tells you, this is it. It will be like a curtain all of a sudden being drawn back, revealing what has been waiting behind it for a longer period of time than you realized. Michael's tears tonight are the rare kind angels shed. Tears that mix urgency with joy. He knows the beauty of what's ahead. But he also knows the weight of this choice in front of you. To believe, to stay, to receive. What is coming is not fragile. It is strong, meant to last, built to bless more than just you. You are still within this dream, which tells me that your spirit is aware of something that your mind may still be catching up to. The longer you stay here, the more this current can do its work. And when it lands, it will carry a ripple effect into places that you didn't even know your life could touch. My beloved, you are still with me. What is happening now is not small, and it is not random. It is the culmination of years where heaven kept silent only so it could speak in this fullness. Now, Archangel Michael's nearness is heavy tonight, not with burden but with purpose. This is not just to speak to you. It is also to rearrange things in your life so that they are in alignment with what God is about to place in your hands. He has been holding back storms that you never saw, keeping you steady on paths that felt empty only because the real road was still being cleared ahead. And now that road is open. It stretches forward with a light that grows brighter the longer you look at it. God's voice comes slow and deliberate, as though each word is being set into the foundation of your life. My child, there is nothing left to delay you. The chains that have been trying to keep you in the same place have been broken. I have gathered every piece of your story, and I am weaving it into a new season that will not look like anything you have ever known before. You will not have to force it. It will come to you. And when it does come, it will remain. Beloved, the sign will not be difficult to understand. It will arrive with clarity, carrying its own confirmation. It may come as a voice that you did not anticipate hearing, a message that seems to have stepped right out of your prayers, or a shift that is so sudden that you will know instantly that it was heaven's hand. Michael's tears are not for fear. Rather, they are for joy that is almost here. Despite this, there is a sense of urgency because the door that is in front of you is not one that stays open forever. Rather, it is open now. It is waiting now. And now is the time to step through. My beloved, your presence here still is not an accident. It is proof that the thread heaven has been weaving through this message is holding you where you need to be. And as long as you remain in this dream, the work continues in the unseen. You may not feel the movement under your feet, but I tell you, it is there, slow and deep, shifting the landscape so that the steps you are about to take will land in places already prepared for you. Archangel Michael stands behind you, not as a distant guardian, but as a shield so close you could lean back into him. His armor is marked from battles fought for you, battles you never even knew were happening. Every delay you thought was bad luck, every sudden change that kept you from a decision you were about to make, many of those were him standing in the way of paths that would have hurt you. And now, instead of blocking, he is opening. My child, what is before you now is not fragile. It will not break in your hands. It has been tested, refined, and sealed for this very moment. You will not need to chase it because it is already on its way to you. The voice of God is steady, and each word feels as if it is being placed inside you with precisely the right amount of precision. And when it does arrive, you will not question whether it is yours. You will know, beloved, that the shape it takes will correspond to the profound yearning that you have carried but could never quite name aloud. It may be an opportunity, a restoration, a meeting, or a release. However, it will carry the unmistakable signature of heaven. The peace that comes with it will not be temporary. It will anchor you. Michael's tears tonight are a mixture of urgency and joy. Urgency because he knows doors like this are rare and must be walked through now. Joy because he has seen what lies beyond the threshold for you. The time for wondering is over. The time for receiving has come. My beloved, you are still here. And this indicates that the thread of light that heaven has stretched between my words and your heart has not been broken. Furthermore, as long as you continue to be in this flow, the current of what God is doing for you will continue to pull unseen walls to the ground and open doors that you once believed were sealed forever. This is because this is not just a moment to hear something. It is a moment to step into something, and I can feel the way with which the presence of Archangel Michael is surrounding you like a great living shield. His wings are forming a wall against every force that wanted you to miss this exact hour, and his armor is still marked with the scars of battles that you didn't even know were fought for your sake. The voice of God is speaking with the weight of eternity in every syllable, saying, "My child, what is coming to you now has been measured and made for you alone." And now, rather than preventing danger, he is holding wide the small entrance from which blessings are accessed. If you keep it in your hands, it will not be lost. It is not going to disappear if you move closer to it. In addition, when it arrives, you will be able to confirm beyond a shadow of a doubt that it was a product of my hand. And beloved, I tell you, the sign will not be vague. It will carry the scent of recognition in your spirit, the feeling of peace that drops deep into your bones, the knowing that you have finally walked into the moment all the delays were secretly building toward. And Michael's tears are not from fear but from the nearness of joy because he has seen the view from beyond this threshold and knows that the chapter you are about to enter is wider than the pain you have walked through. And despite the fact that the adversary has been attempting to pull your attention, to drain your energy, and to whisper that this is just another set of words in these final hours, none of those things have been successful because you are still here. This indicates that the delivery has not been intercepted. It is here. And if you continue reading, I will not stop until every detail that heaven has given me for you is placed into your hands in its entirety. My beloved, you are still here. And that indicates that your spirit has not been able to turn away from the current that God has opened over you. Furthermore, the longer you continue to remain, the more this current will saturate the unseen places in your life. These are the places that no one else is aware are empty. These are the places that you have learned to hide behind smiles. These are the places that you have attempted to fill with your own strength, but have only found themselves filled with restlessness. I see the way that Archangel Michael is standing behind you, not moving, not blinking, holding a light in his hand that is so bright that it humbles every shadow. And I tell you this, what he is holding was made from you and for you, shaped in the silence when you thought nothing was happening. It is alive, beloved, and breathing with the very breath of that prayer that was answered. And the voice of God reverberates across the void that separates us, saying, "My child, I have been faithful in ways that you have not yet seen. I am the one who has transformed your suffering into a seed and your patience into power. And at this moment, I am sending you to the location where the harvest will be greater than what you are able to carry. There will be no gradual introduction of this. An unexpected phone call will arrive to you as if someone has thrown open a door for you. Yes, at a location that you believed would never change, and you will soon realize that it was heaven's hand that brought about the change. The tears that Michael sheds tonight are not of sadness. They are now free to go. The moment that you finally let go of years of repressing this moment till the very instant that you were prepared to take it. Now it is in this location. If you will allow me to do so. Beloved soul, if this message has spoken to your heart, don't let it end here. Click that like button so the light can spread to more people who need hope. Subscribe to Holy Voices so you never miss the next word heaven has for you. and leave a comment below. I read every one, and I pray over them. Remember, faith grows when we share it, so share this message with someone who needs to hear it today. Until we meet again, may God's peace cover you and His voice guide your every step.